Hi, my name is Taurus Marshall and welcome to my channel. If you're new, welcome back to my channel. If you're not, I just want to introduce you guys to my new series. This series is called Operation Keep the Pink or Keep the Pink. I don't know how I'm going to solidify it, but we're keeping our pink. I filmed this video yesterday and I trashed it because it just didn't feel intentional. I was moving around a lot yesterday and I wanted to come on here and just be very intentional about how I introduce this to you guys because keeping the pink is all about intentionality. It's a philosophy, if you will. A lot of you may know, but a lot of you may not know the lore behind the pink and what is the pink and how do you keep the pink. So basically, it was like a huge thing on social media probably like a year or two ago where moms discovered that flamingo mothers are like vibrant pink, and then when they have their baby flamingo, they lose their pink and it's very dull. And then eventually they get it back. A lot of the moms kind of like made videos talking about how they got their pink back and how long it took them to get it back, and like just losing themselves in motherhood. And I'm a mom of 3 and I could definitely relate to losing yourself in motherhood, but I think just as women we lose ourselves in anything we give ourselves to. I think by nature we are just nurturers and givers, and so whatever we really fully give ourselves to, we can get lost in it, even if it's something that we thoroughly enjoy or like want to do. Keep the Pink is for moms and postpartum moms, but really I think it's just for women. You can lose your pink in a new job, in a new relationship, in a new baby, and whatever that is. And I think it's very important that we as women kind of find our way back into being intentional about everything we do at every stage of life. I think it's natural, but it's unfair how we as women have to keep finding ourselves over and over and making our way back to ourselves over and over again in life just because we are experiencing new changes. And I think this is relatively new as far as like the past few generations go. I know myself personally, I haven't had the best example of seeing a woman stay true to herself regardless of what she's experiencing in life. I personally, I love my mom and I've seen her at many different stages of life, and I've unfortunately seen her with her pink and I've seen her without it. And that's no shade to my mom at all. I love my mom. But I feel like a lot of women can relate to that. I can relate to that. I am just now finding my pink again, and it has nothing to do with my baby. It's just life. So when you lose something, you really learn to appreciate it once you have it back. And so this is Operation Keep the Pink. That's kind of the lore behind why I'm starting the series. And this series is gonna be different. Like it's going to be like maybe some vlog style stuff, maybe just some sit down type stuff. It's gonna be whatever I want it to be. But me promoting women keeping themselves regardless. You can get a new job, you can get married, you can have 20 babies. But I don't think that we have to like overly sacrifice ourselves for that. Everything is sacrificial, but which is natural and normal. But I want to go even deeper. I know that when we think of women losing ourselves, first thing we think about is like you stop doing your hair, you stop taking a shower every day, and you stop working out, and all of those things are important. You look good, you feel good, like absolutely. But I wanted to go like even deeper. Like, what do you like? Do you even know yourself? Because with kids especially, what we do as moms is we pour into them and our whole world becomes them, which again is natural and normal for a season. But then I think there comes a time where we have to learn balance. I feel like a lot of moms learn this when they're empty nesters and they've dedicated years to their kids and given their kids the best life possible, and then their kids leave the house and they're like, what do I have to live for now? My reason for living is gone. I don't know what I like to do. I don't know who I am. I don't know what hobbies I like. I don't know like anything about myself. Everything I know has to do with my kids, my husband, if you have a husband. And that's a fun adventure and experience for women who go through that. But the best teacher is not experience. It's learning from others who've gone before you. And that's just not something that I want to learn that late in life. I've actually learned it very recently that I love my children, would die for my children, but I also owe it to my children to live for my children. And so that's what I'm choosing to do. I can be the best for my children if I pour into myself. So I want to do things like bring back to me like the things I used to do in my childhood. Like I used to love to read, love to read. And then there came a time in life where I like was consistently on punishment. And what did I do? I continued to read. And I feel like that's something that I just haven't done as often, you know. And when I do read, it's like Christian literature or self-help or, you know, things like that. No nonfiction, nothing like just fun. And so I want to do things like go to the library and like figure out what books I like to read and like, you know, explore the beauty. I really love to do new things, spontaneous things. And that's something that's been stifled within me for the past 10, 11 years. I've gotten very just like hermit crabbish. And so I'm getting back to like my almost like childlike self, but in an adult body with an adult mind. You know, if I want to go to a museum, I can do that and I can bring my baby. It doesn't have to be either or. You know, keeping the pink does not mean that you just, it doesn't mean that you just exclude your kids. The kids are very much still a part of life, as you can see. It's not either or. It's not kid or me. It could be both. And sometimes it's just the baby. Sometimes it's just you. And this really feels very special to me because every single time I have a child, it's really like a spiritual experience for me. It's not just forming a baby and here they are, you know, but this time it's like I'm on the same process spiritually as my baby, right? So when she was in my stomach gestation, I was doing something within me while I was forming her, you know. When I wasn't showing, I was hidden. And when I started showing, wasn't as hidden. I was like, only certain people had access to me and what was going on in my life at the time. And now that she's here, she's birthed, I feel like there's a new me that was birthed as well. Every milestone she hits, I feel like I'm hitting new milestones as well. She just turned 6 weeks. And so that means I'm 6 weeks postpartum. And the very first thing I want to do to keep my pink is get back active. Um, the times of my life where I remember just feeling the best, being the best, and being overall just the happiest was when I was physically fit, whether that was me being in the gym or me just being outside. My diet was under control. I had a pretty consistent workout regimen, and that discipline and that joy traveled into other areas of my life. I'm going to work my way back to the gym, you know, with my baby, of course. She's coming too. But I want to take advantage of being outside and enjoying being outside and moving our bodies and things like that. And so just getting some sunlight. And just because I'm 30 with my third kid doesn't mean that I have to look a mess, okay? I like when I'm fit. You look good, you feel good, right? So when you're fit, you look good. But it's more than that for me. It's really just like it's good for my mind. It's good for my body, of course. And I'm someone who really prioritizes like health and wellness. And I just don't want to like hide myself anymore, like who I am, even on my channel. So this series is out of my comfort zone a bit because showing my true self online is a little scary. I'm not gonna lie, but I feel like I've reached a point where I have to do that to grow even more. So I want to talk more about things that are important to me, which I will do in this entire series. But even like my faith isn't something that I share too much online. I want to talk more about my faith and because it is something that's very important to me. It's literally like my entire being. I rely heavily on my faith, but it's such a sacred thing for me. My relationship with God is so special, and I'm very protective over the things that are closest to me. That being my relationship with God first and foremost, my relationship with self, my relationship with my children, my friends, and relationships, romantic relationships that I'm in. Those are things that I really like to protect and keep just between me and those other parties. But I think there's a fine line between like still being protective and private, but sharing what's necessary. And when it comes to my faith especially, I think there's a lot to be gained by viewers if I share my faith and what I'm learning. And this series is just going to open me up to you guys in the world, which is again scary, but I gotta do it. You gotta like do uncomfortable things to grow, right? Um, but also I just want to be an example to other moms that like you don't have to lose yourself. You don't have to pour from an empty cup into your family, into your kids. My kids get the best version of me when I am taken care of and when I'm full. The number one way that I do that is my faith. I rely so heavily on God on a day-to-day basis. Trust me, like when the baby got you up, they going through growth spurts, they eating all the time, they fussing, you know what I'm saying? And you can't sleep. And the baby getting on your nerves, let's be real, and you are running out of patience. Those are the moments where you call on God, where I call on God. And the resiliency I've established just from doing that is amazing. I literally rely on God for everything. Yeah, he's the one who gave me the idea for this. I haven't known what to do with my YouTube channel since I got it, honestly. Right now, I feel like my social medias are getting the best of me because I'm just sharing my life and myself and my philosophy, the way that I think. I've learned that we should be generous with everything we have, right? And when you hear generosity, be generous, the first thing we think of is money. And some people don't have a lot of money to give. You know, I'm not a millionaire, so I can't go and feed 10,000 people with food that I bought with freaking $1 million, right? But one thing that God has given me an abundance of is wisdom and life experiences. And He's given me the ability to become introspective and understand what I was supposed to gain from that. And when I usually share my gems with people in real life, they are changed for the better because of it. And so that's something I can be generous with, the wisdom that I've learned over time. That's what I'll be sharing on this journey. The very first thing I want to do to keep it pink, what I want to do is just do some movement, maybe with my baby. She's sleeping right now, so we'll see if I can get something done while she's asleep. I think I might just do like a beginner friendly, postpartum friendly something, because I didn't really work out when I was pregnant either, not gonna lie. So I got to start off slow again, but that's the beauty of the process. But then I also want to bring my baby outside when it's not too hot. I wanted to bring her out this morning, but it looked like it was going to rain, but then it didn't rain. Come work out with me, I guess.
Today we're doing postpartum abs to heal. Good, you can take your arm down if it's up. We're going to do rainbows with our leg, so we can tap to the outside and without shifting.
Wow. Oh, that feels good. Oh my God.
Bring that leg back in.
Yeah, I
You
need
can
this.
lift the other arm.
At the University of Arizona Global Campus, we are proud to be UAGC. Proud to offer over 50 career-focused online programs. Proud to serve those who serve stateside and overseas. And proud to be part of the University of Arizona, a global community.
We can lower down on our side, getting onto our back.
Okay, that was amazing. I severely underestimated how much I needed that. Here's the baby. Oh, he's just trying to stand up. Oh my God. Why are you trying to stand up? Huh? This is my baby. We made it to 6 weeks. We made it. Look, she scratched herself really stinking bad. So I have to go clean that off and stuff. But I knew I should have put the mittens on her, but she just, I don't know, just wasn't thinking about it. But hey, this is my chunky mama. She's ready to eat. Yeah. What? Ready to eat? Let's eat. She was ready to eat. But anyways, I feel so freaking good. That was just, like I said, just something beginner friendly, postpartum. I don't have a mic, so y'all can hear the echo in the back, but whatever. I severely underestimated the damage pregnancy did. Oh my goodness, I felt like so weak, borderline painful with some of the exercises. So I modified them a little bit, but most of them just felt good. I just feel like opened up, like my hips are opened up, but like stretched out. My back feels good. I just feel like good. I felt like I was very tense before, and now the tension is gone. And that makes sense. I've been like moving and shaking, moving and shaking, moving and shaking. So I could see me being a little tense. But now I feel relaxed, and I feel like I'm just in such a better mood than I was before. Yeah. See what a little 20 minutes something can do for you. I'm just excited to get back into the swing of things. But yeah, yummy. Yeah, yummy. I feel much better. I actually feel like I could like take a nap, to be honest with you. Like I feel like I could take a nap. But yeah, I don't know. I have nothing else to say. I just feel very good. And this is what I mean by showing up intentionally to keep your pink. Now, what if I thought I was too busy to do that? Then I would just be walking around tense and uptight when I could be feeling like I feel now. So, but yeah, y'all, make sure y'all do all the YouTube things. Like, I actually look like I need to take a nap. But do all the YouTube things, like, comment, share, subscribe, all of that. And until next time, bye. And don't forget to keep your pink. For real.
They don't stand a chance, they can never come be. I know that I'm covered, you're always with me.
Hey everybody, welcome to a lot of bugs. Hi, my name is Torrance Marshall, and welcome to my channel if you're new. Hi, welcome to my